Hi, and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's been quite a while since I uploaded a video, and I do apologize. I will get back into the swing of things eventually. Right now, there's quite a lot going on, so it makes it a little difficult. However, I decided to uphold a word I did make with somebody just a few days ago. Don't mind the mess of my hair or the mess of my room. Okay? If you know me, this is how it always is. Uh, I met this wonderful author. His name is James Aiello, and he wrote this book called Forbidden Child. It's a beautiful, sensual, and compelling masterpiece. It's kind of based off of reality and fiction at the same time. It's got this like fantasy vibe to it. And for those of you that love Marilyn or love JFK, you'll love the concept of this. And even if you don't love those two people, you'll still love the concept of this. I know I sure did. I finished reading it in one day. Then again, I can also read 300 pages of any book in a couple hours. Just don't bother me. Anyway, like I said, I met the author of this book, and he gave me such a pleasure to buy it, as well as he autographed it for me. He's a wonderful man, and he's been through a lot. And finally, when he was able to, he managed to get his book published. He's currently working on the sequel to this book. So, for those of you that are interested in this book, all you got to do is look for. No, I'll get it right eventually. Forbidden Child by James Aiello. It can be found on Amazon and other places. Now, after having the pleasure of reading this book and getting to know the author, I decided I would take to YouTube and spread the word because it is such a compelling book and it is so good. Um, and although I do have to say this, it is written by a man, but it's in the tone of a woman, and it is just awesome. The way he pulled the characters together, the stories, the creations, even the whole fantasy aspect of it. It was just like I was so enraptured with this book. I just couldn't put it down. I literally took one whole day, not even one whole day. It only took me like 4 hours to read 300 346 pages. Had to double check. 346 pages in 4 hours. Okay, that's how gripping this book is. Literally, you see my hands gripping it? I'm not just gripping it because I want to hold on to the book. I'm gripping it because it is a gripping book. So, in lieu of that, I have also decided that I would read a little bit from the book. You know, maybe get you to become interested in it. Um, I'm not going to read from the beginning nor the end. I'm going to read somewhere along in the middle, maybe find the middle page or beginning of the middle chapter. There we go. And I'm going to read a little bit of it. Hopefully you find this page just as compelling as I did, although I find the entire thing compelling. So here we go. And I'm only going to read a couple of pages because I don't want to take up all the time. I still want to continue to gush about how great this author is. So, once again, I'm going to read. And this is Chapter 9, For the Love of Joy. I walked into Joy's room at 4:54 a.m. on Sunday, March 19th, 1979. Joy was now 1 year, 5 months, and 5 days old. It had been 1 day short of 8 months since the last day I saw my sweet, loving Joy. I looked down at her sleeping in her crib like an angel, and I felt a warm feeling come over me. I quietly moved to the reading chair closer to Joy's crib and sat beside her. As I watched her sleep, tears began to roll down my cheeks. I guess I fell asleep myself because I did not hear Nanny Sue come into the room. I was surprised when she touched my shoulder and said in a low tone, "Miss Demetres, it's 8 a.m. I usually wake up Joy now. Would you like to get her up instead?" I looked at her and answered in a soft, low voice, "Thank you, Nanny Sue. I would very much like that." I stood up reached into the crib, picked up Joy. Joy, honey, Mommy's home. She looked at me and started to smile. Mommy! I held her close. Your mommy loved you, Joy, with all her heart, and I will never desert you again. We played and laughed as I washed and dressed her. I was down in the family kitchen feeding Joy her breakfast when Jimmy and Bobby walked in. They both almost fell over when they saw me. Jimmy joyfully yelled, Oh my God, Christina, you're back. And look, Bobby, she's feeding Joy too. It's so good to see you with her. I gazed up at both of them. Hi, guys. What would you think about the four of us going to Disneyland today? Jimmy jumped into Bobby's arms and shouted, Thank God, our girl is back, Bobby! They both came over to me, and the four of us had a warm group hug. As we hugged, Bobby looked at me with curiosity. Christina, do you have a black eye? I looked at them both, staring at my eye, and then started to laugh. As I laughed, Jimmy asked, What's so funny about a black eye? I stopped laughing long enough to explain. I kicked the hell out of Kathy Brown last night. Then we all started to laugh. When we finally stopped laughing, I told them both about my accidental run-in with Kathy. After that, we all had our breakfast, and it was off to Disneyland for the day. It was a beautiful, warm, bright, sunny day when James drove all of us, including Cameron and Nanny Sue, to Disneyland in the limo, and the seven of us went in together. I was dressed very inconspicuously, with blue jeans, black t-shirt, sneakers, baseball cap, and wide sunglasses. I also carried Joy most of the day as we walked through the park. About halfway through the day, we came across a haunted castle, and of course, everyone wanted to go in. But I decided to wait outside with Joy, who was too little to enter, while everybody else went in. When I said I wasn't going in, Jimmy said, Christina, you have to come in with me. He turned to Bobby. Honey, would you please stay out here with Joy so Christina and I can go in together? Bobby knelt on the ground and said, like Dan Aykroyd might, Aw, gee, Dad, do I have to? We all started to laugh. No, Bobby, you don't have to. I'd rather stay here with Joy anyway. No, Christina, I'm only kidding. You go ahead with Jimmy. I happen to like my arms without black and blue marks anyway. You know how he is with those hands when he gets nervous. I laughed. I know what you mean. And I'll stop there. You guys really ought to take a moment and read this book. That was just like maybe a page and a half. And although it does not explain much, it should pique your interest. Who is Kathy? Why did she fight with Christina? Who is Jimmy and who is Bobby? And who is the cute little girl named Joy? Well, if you want to know more, pick it up and read it. Anyway, that's it for my little video today, and that's it for my little snippet. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I look forward to talking to you guys as soon as I possibly can. Thank you so much for coming, and you guys have a good day. Peace.